Aloha! This is lesson 29 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. God is in everything I see. The idea for today explains why you can see all purpose in everything. It explains why nothing is separate by itself or in itself. And it explains why nothing you see means anything. In fact, it explains every idea we have used thus far and all subsequent ones as well. Today's idea is the whole basis for vision. You will probably find this idea very difficult to grasp at this point. You may find it silly, irreverent, senseless, funny, and even objectionable. Certainly, God is not in a table, for example, as you see it. Yet we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe. And what shares the purpose of the universe shares the purpose of its creator. Try then today to begin to learn how to look on all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. You do not see them now. Would you know what is in them? Nothing is as it appears to you. Its holy purpose stands beyond your little range. When vision has shown you the holiness that lights up the world, you will understand today's idea perfectly, and you will not understand how you could ever have found it difficult. Our 6 2-minute practice periods for today should follow a now familiar pattern. Begin with repeating the idea to yourself, and then apply it to randomly chosen subjects about you, naming each one specifically. Try to avoid the tendency towards self-directed selection, which may be particularly tempting in connection with today's idea because of its wholly alien nature. Remember that any order you impose is equally alien to reality. Your list of subjects should therefore be as free of self-selection as possible. For example, a suitable list might include: God is in this coat hanger. God is in this magazine. God is in this finger. God is in this lamp. God is in this body. God is in that door. God is in that wastebasket. In addition to the assigned practice periods, repeat the idea for today at least once an hour, looking slowly about you as you say the words unhurriedly to yourself. At least once or twice you should experience a sense of restfulness as you do this. God is in everything I see. This idea is so restful, so restful. Nothing is outside of God. And as I started to see that nothing was outside of God, I felt so much relief at everything. I started to apply it to bodies. Any body. It could be someone on the world stage. You know, some people find some kind of connection with a presidential candidate or a big corporate person. You might feel like, they're bad, they're evil, they're this. And when you see it's God, it's just all God. You can drop the very patterns that are holding the illusory world in place. It's basically the same patterns that prop up a world, that prop up the idea of death and sickness and conflict and greed and all of the things that you don't want to see, think that you don't want to see, but obviously want to see them if they're being perceived.
Right.
Want to see them apart from God if they're being perceived in a way that makes you feel less than grateful.
It gives you a little motivation to stop believing in the labels you put on everything.
Yes. And in that space where you're not making something into other than God, you realize God. It's such a blessing. It's like there's a hurdle to get over. It's as if there's a hurdle to get over before you see that it's all God. Once you see that it's all God, nothing, you know that nothing can harm you. You know that nothing can be threatening. You know, you might be inconsistent about it and go back and forth. In fact, that's quite likely, and go back and forth about it. But it's always going to keep on coming back to your mind in the gentlest way, too. You know, it's like the Spirit allows you to do whatever you want as far as what you want to believe. Right? If you want to believe that there's something other than God in things, then you get to have that perception. And it's through having that perception over and over again that brings about suffering. And it's through suffering that you become determined to see what this really is.
And then you can stop believing it. And then when a lot of us stop believing in something, it changes.
Yes, and that's what this, you could say, instant or present moment. And of course, in Miracles, they start calling it holy instant. That's what this present moment is for. It's for you to make another choice. It's for you to choose differently. So this is, you know, God is in everything I see is a choice you're making. It's a choice in a thought that you're making. You're making a choice to see this thought applied. Right? So it's the present moment with whatever it is that's arising for you. Plus, you've got these 6 practice periods each day. 6 2-minute practice periods for today, and I think a lot of these are 6. Plus anything that comes up all day long. God is in that. Let's say you're walking down the. So a lot of my friends like this, walking down the detergent aisle over at Safeway or something, and you get a sense that this is so poisonous, you know. I'm breathing in all this poison, and then you know God is in this laundry detergent aisle.
God is the laundry detergent.
Right. Yeah. Well, this practice period is God is in.
Right.
So, such and such. So that's the practice for now. That God is in this, or a mean person, a person that you perceived as mean. There's really no mean people. You know, maybe something's broken in your house and you have a feeling that it should be fixed. You know, you apply it to that. God is in. Everything will take care of itself. You don't need to worry about that. Just applying the lesson, and you'll see as you go along. You just start bringing everything that comes into your perception to the same truth. It's said in a lot of different ways here, but it's the same truth. In this case, God is in everything I see.
So I notice when we make these mental constructs of good and bad and frustration and anger come into it, all these constructs keep us from being in the flow, keep things from going smoothly in our life. So we start seeing that everything's God, and we don't get hung up on anger and all these little things that keep us from being in the flow.
That's right, and what you're calling the flow, you're talking about your freedom and joy, right? So it's keeping you from your own freedom and joy. If you want to make something apart from God, seeing clearly is our joy, and when we're not being occupied by thoughts that hurt us, we can see our options for more freedom and joy.
Amen.
Amen. We love you. Aloha.